Hi guys, some of the older viewers of this channel may remember a guy called Muammar Gaddafi, who was the leader of Libya until 2011. Now, before his gruesome removal from power, he delivered a number of unhinged speeches at the United Nations, which no doubt caused his translator to have a meltdown. Now, Donald Trump was at the United Nations this week, where he was criticizing his opponents, he was criticizing other countries, and the organization itself. But he also brought up the Mayor of London, suggesting that he wants to impose Sharia law. Have a listen.
Europe is in serious trouble. They've been invaded by a force of illegal aliens like nobody's ever seen before. Illegal aliens are pouring into Europe. Nobody's doing anything to change it, to get them out. It's not sustainable. And because they choose to be politically correct, they're doing just absolutely nothing about it. And I have to say, I look at London, where you have a terrible mayor, terrible mayor, and it's been so changed. Now they want to go to Sharia law, but you're in a different country. You can't do that. Both the immigration and their suicidal energy ideas will be the death of Western Europe if something is not done immediately. This cannot be sustained.
Okay. So once again, Donald Trump doesn't understand what Sharia law means. And I've mentioned it in another video. Sharia law is very much like canon law within Catholicism. It's about rules and regulations that members of the faith have to follow or should follow, or how the clergy must operate within society for the parishioners, for the faithful. So as I mentioned before, within Catholicism, canon law covers things like when baptisms take place, when religious education takes place, how it should operate. Talks about how what people should do before they get married, what they should be doing after they get married, confessions, also the rites, RITES, for parishioners, access to sacraments of the sick or sacraments of or whatever. All of these rules and regulations that are contained within Catholicism are covered under canon law that both the clergy and the followers have to respect. In the same way, if you're a member of the Islamic faith, you have to follow, or you should follow, Sharia law. But Sharia law is not this scary thing that Donald Trump and the right want to push. It just covers things like divorces. It covers things like religious education. It covers a whole range of things within the religion itself. And if you're not a Muslim, then you don't have to follow Sharia law. In the same way as if you're not a Catholic, you don't have to follow canon law, because it's law that is applicable to people who follow the faith or who are part of that organization, if it's the Catholic Church. This is why there is sometimes a conflict between the Catholic Church and secular organizations like governments when it comes to child abuse, for example. The Catholic Church wants to deal with these issues within the church and not allow the authorities to get involved. And this has created a massive conflict. But that's a separate issue. Donald Trump doesn't understand Sharia law, and he's suggesting that London wants to impose it. Notice here he said, it's not your country. But he's also talking about the Mayor of London. The Mayor of London was born in London, or born in Britain, okay? So he's British. He's not a foreigner. He's not an immigrant. So what is Trump talking about here? He's trying to paint the Mayor of London as a foreigner, or trying to impose something foreign on Britain. Why is he focusing on Sadiq Khan? Why does he have such a chip on his shoulder when it comes to the Mayor of London? Because he's one of the only politicians in the world who's willing to stand up to Trump. See, other politicians, prime ministers, presidents, whatever, they're pandering to Trump because they want to get something from him. They want to be in his good books. They want to be on his good side. But Sadiq Khan is not doing that. Sadiq Khan is one of the only ones who's saying, F you to Trump. I'm not going to pander to you. I'm not going to jump through hoops to keep you happy. I will stand up to you. Now, he may be doing it for cynical political reasons, or he may be doing it because he actually believes in progressive politics. And I think it's more the latter than the former. Sadiq Khan is a Muslim, but he's a moderate. He supports gay rights. He supports issues that are not related to Islam. So he's somebody who's on the opposite side of Donald Trump. And he's willing to stand up and call Donald Trump out, and this is what has rubbed Agent Orange the wrong way. And he's angry with this pushback. He's angry that somebody is willing to stand up to the bully. So it's great that Sadiq Khan is doing this. It benefits Sadiq Khan because it rallies more support to him. But once again, Donald Trump doesn't understand Sharia law. He doesn't understand the law in general. He's not somebody who's advocating for following the law. He breaks a lot of these laws himself. But we need to get away from this idea that Sharia law is being imposed in Britain. It's not being imposed, and it doesn't affect people who are not Muslim, in the same way as canon law doesn't affect people who are not Catholic. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.